I know that in this busy workaday world of you spending the last year at home, you have lost track of the important things in life, which is sitting around with your mates watching A Current Affair getting stoned. Such a f***ing shit show, hey? Yeah. Would you go Tracy though? Yeah, probably. And so I'm here to fill the gap. That's right, I've 2.0'd your friends. You don't need them, you just need me, Friendly Jimmy's. Subscribe today!
It's just a simple blue van, but it's caused an almighty blue between Will and Rob. Will says Rob offered to fix his van in exchange for some work, but Rob only did half the job, and when we paid him a visit, well, his language got a bit blue too.
God, it is truly incredible that all these people that you used to think, and your parents still do, are the height of journalistic integrity, Hamish McDonald, Tracy Grimshaw, all of them seem to rhyme words a lot. Like they're babysitting kids in primary school. Having said that though, I do like the fact that A Current Affair really isn't pretending to be anything that it's not. It is very refreshing. Why else would you watch anything else? Except of course the occasional check-in on the project to see what the loony left are up to these days.
People look at me, they laugh. Look at that idiot driving with only half a coloured van.
He is an idiot.
God, have a look. Come on, him, you, and Current Affair.
Followed by the smartest man on earth. Seriously though, I know obviously from the setup that man has ripped that guy off by not painting the other half of his van, but has it ever occurred to him to just paint the other half instead of driving around going, pretty self-conscious about this and there's no way out of it at all? Well, what are you complaining for? You got the job for free. You got half of what a paying customer gets.
And then he asked if I had a job. Told him I didn't have a job, looking for one. Happy to do anything, everything. He turned around and said, first month, don't worry about getting paid because I'll respray the van for the work that you do on the first month.
Ah, so I ripped you off. Sorry, I should have refrained from commenting halfway through a sentence. No, you've had enough time to speak. I do think that that's very unfortunate. I will say this. Did you expect anything else from the insane midget that tried to fly kick a bikie?
Anger is one thing Rob doesn't seem to do by halves, going from 0 to 100 in seconds.
Will doesn't come to work. Will doesn't do anything. When you do get Will to do something, he does half a job. Now, off.
He's got a disability, Rob. Why
This guy should get out of the spray painting business and just pick up where G.G. Allen left off. I would pay top dollar to go into a theatre of live for one night only. Drunk Bilbo Baggins. You know what shits me about you fucking Aussies? The fact that you thought it was Lamington. Why are you laughing?
Our security guard is forced to step in as Rob goes rogue.
Go on, off.
Yeah, he was forced to step in because you're obviously a pussy. Just take the beating for the views. I would.
Why not just pay him what he's owed, fix
not
his
owed
van,
anything.
and be done with it?
He's not owed anything.
Do you treat all your workers like this?
Yeah, I do. Because I pick idiots.
I felt
Look, let's be honest. What is the difference between this man and your dad? Yeah, this is just every childhood memory of mine flooding back. No, if you do a half-assed job of cleaning the bathroom, you only get half your allowance. Followed by the inevitable, F*** off!
Will did half a job for me. I did half a job for him.
I did it to his standard.
Okay, we're starting to get to the point of this. They're really trying to get to that 8-minute mark, aren't they? Honestly, A Current Affair is worse than us YouTubers at trying to get to 8 minutes.
Rob, I'm going to get my car done. Will you give me 50% off, given this is the job you do?
I wouldn't do a job for you.
What about your other customers?
See, this is a classic divide between comedians everywhere. The guy that comes with prepared material versus the off-the-cuff guy. And you're seeing two great examples of it, back to back.
I love this country. Subscribe to this channel if you do as well. It's the most patriotic one there is. We make fun of the Prime Minister in about 50% of the videos.
Will was here. No more losers in my shit.
You really call a disabled young man a loser?
Loser-free zone? Why am I watching Noam Chomsky videos? This guy understands how the world works in such better detail. Losers are fucking shit.
Bill's not disabled.
He's got
I'm
autism.
more disabled than he is.
Don't trust him. Run for the hills.
Him, you, and your current affair.
Well, as always, you've given me a lot to think about, a current affair. Let's go to your next video because I don't feel satiated enough yet intellectually.
First, how far would you go to protect your family and your home? These
Very
people
far.
are so afraid of crime in their suburb, they say they have no choice but to arm themselves with deadly weapons. Are they going too far?
Well, the guys that look like that they should be working for Blue Haven Pools holding nunchucks and a crossbow, I'm going to hazard a guess and say no, they are not paranoid at all. Also, is that the helicopter pilot from Mad Max? So that's where he went after his long illustrious career in Australian film. The outer suburbs of Melbourne, who'd have guessed?
Joe tells us his favourite movie is Wolf Creek, which isn't surprising considering he dips his arrows in mercury and battery acid to inflict maximum pain on his victims.
That way, even if you only nick your target, you know they're going to die 5 days later, excruciating death. No matter what, they're not going to get away.
Holy f***, he is from Mad Max.
It's claimed 6 have been burgled in the past fortnight alone. George had his ute stolen and wallet. Now he sleeps in the lounge room and barricades his doors with logs.
Stole my...
What is the difference between Syria and Melbourne these days? Log booby traps. Those left hook turns are really f***ing with your head, aren't they?
You picked the wrong neighborhood to mess with, and definitely the wrong person.
Yeah, that guy looks like a tough customer. Someone's friend that they frequently go bowling with in a sitcom that you see on 7 Mate at 1 p.m. Hey everyone, it's Dave! Woo!
Joe's arsenal is highly dangerous and potentially deadly. The only threat James poses is perhaps to himself.
I remember having a friend like that in high school. You don't want to see me angry. Yes, I do. I really do. Because you have no skills whatsoever in defending yourself.
Would you hold it down like that, or would you get...
Oh, hell no.
What would you do? Sorry, what would you do?
Well, a thrust into your head, or a thrust into your crotch, or a thrust over there.
Man, if I ever need protection, and let's be honest, I do need protection right now, particularly from the Italian mob, I'm picking this guy, Ninja Elvis.
Look, to me, I know nothing about martial arts, but it's not proficient use of it. Any stuff that he's got in his hand can be taken by the offenders and then used against him.
You know that man has had a very serious job in life where he's looking at that and thinking, well, I mean, you know, there's some points of improvement there.
Highly troubled by what's going on in this Cranbourne street.
The issue with vigilantes is they act first and then ask questions later. I'll tie them up and I'll take them to somewhere where I know I'll be on my own with them for a while and I'll have a good discussion with them. And there's no guarantees that they're going to come back.
Well, I think we all know why his favourite film is Wolf Creek, and it is not because of the protagonists. Having said that, yeah, someone's finally telling it like it is, Australian of the Year!
Perhaps it isn't just the crime Joe and his neighbours are so frightened of. Maybe they're rebelling against something bigger, something that can't be beaten with crossbows and baseball bats.
What can't be beaten by crossbows and baseball bats? Are you suggesting that there is some kind of space lizard, giant Godzilla-like creature lurking around rural Victoria? There's only one way to find out, and that's to continue watching, like this video.
Social analyst David Chalk.
They're used to living that rural or semi-rural lifestyle. And then when the pressures of the city are forced upon them, as they feel they are being forced upon them, then they're going to react unfavourably and try to defend that little bit of nirvana that they had.
That was actually pretty deep for a current affair, wasn't it? The only way that could have possibly gone down another layer from there is perhaps they're angry because they're living in a simulation and their aerodynamic sleep pods are breaking down on them in their cybersleep, making them very irritable and prone to crossbow use.
Now, Victoria Police say you should never confront an intruder. Instead, always call 000. Their full statement is on our website.
Yeah, well, Tracy Grimshaw wouldn't have a clue of what it's like for battlers out there, would she, on a bloody $600 a year salary? She doesn't know what it's like to have your area upgraded from what I assume was just a horse-Clyde economy all the way up to bloody having Hungry Jacks around it. Maybe if there were less Hungry Jacks in Australia, we'd still have leather tanning shops in Circular fucking Quay. I'm sick of not being able to find leather hide to keep them warm in the winter. What's with all this air conditioning, eh? Like this video if you agree that leather tanning is a much better industry than Fujitsu!
Please share and comment below. Comment.